Hi traders, Monday here from tradingpsychology.com.au. Now, what do you reckon? Do I look sexy in my mask? Yes, I am a really good citizen. I am wearing my mask. The thing is, if I don't wear my mask, if I take it off, then and I get caught, then I have to pay a $200 fine. So please forgive me for keeping my mask on. So yeah, this whole COVID situation, how is that, huh? In last night's coaching circles, we were actually talking about it, how it impacts us traders. And I have to say, wearing the mask, it's no fun. And I really feel for my dentist, who always wears the mask all day. And I really appreciate what he goes through now. The thing is, you know, wearing the mask, it's been incredibly restrictive. It's been annoying. I feel awkward looking at people around me, everyone wearing a mask. It's just really weird, and I wonder what the docs think of us with everyone wearing a mask. But yeah, that's the new normal. And in last night's coaching circles, we talked about how this new normal, how the COVID situation impacts us traders. The thing is, as traders, I mean, it's incredibly stressful, we know that, right? And in order to deal with the stress, to deal with the uncertainty, in order to keep making really good decisions in the heat of the moment, under stress, for circumstances, we need to make sure that we have habits and routines that keep us mentally, emotionally, physically stable and balanced, right? We know all of that. Now, I have built up my life so that I can meet those needs and that I can live a life according to my values and have created this identity, this persona that I wanted to be. And it took me many, many years. Now COVID comes and all of that is being stripped away from me. And this is how it impacts me. And, you know, for example, how would I balance myself? How would I recharge? You know, have my R&R. I would go meet my friends for long lunch, burger, fries and beer, going out in the evening, meeting other friends, having a massage, going to the beautician, just hanging out by the beach and writing in my journal. You know, we're not allowed to do that anymore. You know, going for a hike into the bush, going skiing, maybe going for riding horses somewhere. All of this has been stripped from us. And how that impacts me is that my needs are not being met. My emotions that are, you know, that I'm confronted with in my trading, of course, which is completely normal. I don't have an outlet for them at the moment. I used to have an outlet, as I said before. I built up my life in such a way with habits and routines that I could manage my emotions accordingly. And also I am being challenged even at the level of my identity, like who am I? That person that I was living up to, the standards and expectations I had of myself, I can't anymore, right? And then all of that, on top of that, I find it incredibly infuriating seeing people walking around without masks. You know, then my sense of fairness is being triggered. It's like, I have to wear a mask and they are not wearing their mask and that's not fair. And, you know, I want to be like a little kid and take my mask off and say, well, if they're not wearing a mask, I'm not going to wear a mask either. And of course, you know, I'm not going to do that. But also infuriating seeing that people who are absolutely reckless. And, you know, New South Wales and Queensland, they were COVID-free, and then some ignorant, stupid people tried to escape Victoria before the lockdown and then carried the virus over into the other you know, states, and now they have COVID as well, which means that most probably our lockdown is going to be extended again. So all these things are affecting me. Now, how I resolve that for myself is that I just shift the focus back onto myself. Like trading, like the markets. I can't control the markets. These people do whatever they do, right? It's their shit to deal with, not mine. It's all about how I manage myself around these realities, right? I can't change the market moving. It's actually moving really crappy at the moment, right? Just up, down, not really moving meaningfully. So yeah, what do I do? How do I manage and handle myself around this? And this is exactly how I look at these people who are reckless, these people who don't wear a mask that I really want to abuse. I don't, because it's not my job, frankly. All I have to do is keep the focus on myself, living up to my own standards, living up to my own expectations, and not caring about the external world, right? So again, exactly like trading. So the second challenge around this is now finding new ways to meet my needs, to manage my emotions, and finding a new way of meeting my values. So for example, one reason why I trade is, and why almost everyone trades, is the sense of freedom that we have, the sense of independence that we have, that we can go out and have lunch and meet friends whenever we choose to, and we are not being regulated by some external force, right, who tells us when we can go pee and when not, right? So all this has also been stripped away, where I feel my sense of freedom and independence has been affected, and that's part of my values. So now I need to find a new way to live my values, to live my value of freedom and independence. It's just, as I said, we can choose to get angry and to complain and to whinge, or we can choose to tap into the resources that we know we have, and maybe finding even new resources that we didn't know we have, or that we don't have as yet, that we can find in someone else, and talking about how other people deal with the situation powerfully and resourcefully. And also, how do I recreate myself, my identity as a human being in this new normal? We know COVID is not going to go away soon, or we assume that, we don't know. We also, what we know for sure is that there is going to be a new normal, a new reality, and yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's like starting a new phase of life. That's how I see it. And what I learned from Linda Rushke is, when life gets tough and challenging, or when trading gets tough and challenging, with a really healthy level of humor and playfulness, it is so much easier to deal with it. And so, yeah, have compassion for yourself, find the humor in the situation. Like some people wear like really funny masks. I saw someone walking past me and she had like this cat face, which was really cute. So yeah, find the humor. Live playfully. And I know, for me it's maybe a little bit easier, because yes, we are restricted. We are only allowed to go out for recreational, so for exercise, for shopping, and important things like going to the doctor. And I live, as you can see, I live, by the ocean, and I do get some quality fresh air, and that's not accessible for everyone. And I understand the challenges around it, and I really acknowledge you that it's maybe much harder, and especially if you haven't been trading or running a business full time, and you need to completely recreate and find new sources of income. I completely get it that it's hard. But you can do it, you will get through it. So I wish you all the best, and happy trading.